This is ZNS Total Sports, brought to you by Fourth Terrace Diagnostic Center.
Good evening, Bahamas. I'm Kelsey Johnson. Welcome to Sports Saturday. President of the New Providence Softball Association, Godfrey Gully Burnside, wants more people, including players, to step up to the plate and swing for the fences, all in hopes and an attempt to make the sport a better one in the country.
We had a summer camp, and this is the problem again, commitment. We're asking these players to come out, the young ball players. We have coaches who have been certified by us, Softball Canada. The players just don't have a commitment to come out and do what they ought to do to rise to the level that they ought to. Well, you know, we have put some things in place where we have asked players to come out to our summer program, which we can try to develop them. Just recently we had our summer camp where we had 5 stations, pitching, catching, and hitting, sliding, and so forth. But we didn't get the young players to come out to the camp itself because I think they're too big and they think they know everything, but that's the problem we have in the country today. Kids don't want to learn, they don't want to develop, and so it's going to be very difficult. And then we have our challenges where other persons say that we don't know what we're doing.
Here's why Burnside believes that the sport has declined.
Well, let's put it this way. It's always about commitment and dedication. I don't think managers nor coaches and players have the commitment and dedication as we had when we were playing softball in the 70s and 80s. There's this lack of commitment to the game itself. All right, and therefore you see the level of play has dropped. We don't have the type of ball players that we had in those days, the way they hit the ball, the way we had the outstanding pitching. And then another reason is because Illustra several years ago decided that they were going pro, semi-pro, whether they like it or not, and they killed softball in Illustra, where all the pitches came from, just about.
College football in full swing, 2 Bahamians on the gridiron. Alex Cooper is the first one up playing with the Houston Cougars. The Cougars are up against Tennessee Tech. That game is on the way. Bahamian Maven Sanders, a redshirt freshman playing with the Florida State Seminoles, is a high-rated player by a number of the leading sporting agencies. Sanders is rated as a 4-star prospect by 247 Sports, ESPN, and Scout. He is also a 3-star recruit by Rivals and ranked number 3 as a tight end in the country and 187th player overall by 247 Sports. While at Kincaid High School, where he played with the Falcons in the Southwest Preparatory Conference, Sanders totaled 35 receptions for 468 yards and 8 touchdowns. He had 40 catches for 590 yards and 6 touchdowns as a junior to lead the Falcons to an 8-3 record and SPC large school title game. Sanders and the Seminoles are warming up all in preparation for tonight's game against Texas State. That game will kick off at 8 tonight. Peniel Bean is hoping to be elected president of the Government Secondary School Sporting Association. However, he doesn't know when the elections will be called.
The date hasn't been approved as yet, but it's pending approval of the Constitution by the principals. Once they have completed that formality, then they will call the elections. But the elections are scheduled to be held this year.
How long do you think that'll be before they decide what they're going to do?
I think it's very soon because time is running out based on our schedule of events. We have tentatively, that is my team, scheduled the start of school sports to be on the 21st in order to not have the backlog that we used to have in previous years. So hopefully once the principals have already approved the Constitution, then we could get with the elections.
Well, that's all the time we have for sports. Once again, I'm Kelsey Johnson. Stay tuned to check on weathers next.
This is ZNS Total Sports, brought to you by Fourth Terrace Diagnostic Center.